Warm greetings from TNV Academy. Today in this session, we are going to discuss about zero defects methodology, which is widely used in quality management. However, as we always do, let me tell you the key takeaways of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand what is zero defect, how to adopt zero defect approach, principles of zero defects, benefits of zero defects approach. So let's begin our discussion and talk about what is zero defect approach. Zero defects is a way of thinking and doing that reinforces the notion that defects are not acceptable and that everyone should do things right the first time. The idea here is that with a philosophy of zero defects, you can increase profits by eliminating the cost of failure and increasing revenues through increased customer satisfaction. Zero defects is referred to as a philosophy, a mentality or movement. It's not a program, nor does it have distinct steps to follow or rules to abide by. This is perhaps why zero defects can be so effective because it means it's adaptable to any situation, business, professional or industry. The zero defects concept should pragmatically be viewed as a quest for perfection in order to improve quality in the development or manufacturing processes. True perfection might not be achievable, will push quality and improvements to a point that is acceptable under even the most stringent metrics. Zero defects theory ensures that there is no waste existing in a project. Waste refers to all unproductive processes, tools, employees and so on. Anything that is unproductive and does not add value to a project should be eliminated, called the process of elimination of waste. Eliminating waste creates a process of improvement and correspondingly lower costs. Common with a zero defects theory is the concept of doing it is right the first time to avoid costly and time-consuming fixes later in the project management process. Zero defects in a quality management is a company plan to ensure that all products leaving their facility are defects-free. Companies can do this through comprehensive planning and vigilant employees constantly looking for errors. Let us now discuss how to adopt a zero defect approach within an organization. There is no step-by-step instructions for achieving zero defects and there is no magic combination of elements that will result in them. There are, however, some guidelines and techniques to use when you decide you are ready to embrace the zero defects concept. Zero defects requires a top-down approach. The best intentioned employees cannot provide zero defects if they are not provided with good leadership and the tools with which to get it right. Here are some tips that can help you to apply the zero defect approach. First one is manage process changes effectively. When you decide that zero defects is the approach you want to take, recognize that it likely represents a significant change to the way people do things. Manage the introduction of a zero defects approach effectively by following the 4 key principles of change management. Understand what your customers expect in terms of quality. Design systems that support zero defects where it matters. But don't over-design if the end user just doesn't care. Prioritize continuous improvement and efficiency. Zero defects requires a proactively approach in which all people in all teams are consistently testing how robust the process that they use are and exploring ways in which these can be improved upon and made more efficient. Encourage people to do this by integrating your zero defects ethos into your corporate culture. This is ensure that it has become an accepted standard that people proactively work toward. Learn Pokayoki, P-O-H-K-Y-O-H-K, invented in the 1960s by the Japanese industrial engineer Shigeo Shingo. Pokayoki translates to prevent inadvertent mistakes. It's an approach that emphasizes designing systems that makes defects almost possible, or if they are unavoidable, easy to detect and address. Monitor your progress. Build mechanisms into your systems, methods and process that provide continuous feedback. This allows you act quickly when flaws do occur. Measure your quality efforts. It's important to express your progress in terms of the bottom line. Take baseline measurements so you understand the cost of defects in your organization and can measure the benefits you are achieving by eliminating them. Build quality into your performance expectations. Encourage your people to think about how they can achieve zero defects and rewards them when they are successful. Let us now discuss the key principles of zero defects approach. The zero defects theory is based on 4 elements for implementation in real projects, which are: the first one is quality is a state of assurance to requirements. Therefore, zero defects in a project mean fulfilling requirements at that point in time. The second one is right the first time. Quality should be integrated into the process from the beginning rather than solving problems at a later stage. The third one is quality is measured in financial terms. One needs to judge waste, production and revenue in terms of budgetary impact. The fourth one is performance should be judged by the accepted standards, as close to perfection as possible. And finally, let us discuss the key benefits of zero defects approach. Zero defects approach benefits the organization in many ways. Aligns process. One of the most significant advantages of this concept is that it tries to align all the required processes precisely. So, it ensures that the firm does not suffer significant damage or loss and thus saves costs. It also leads to waste reduction as it is constantly monitored and controlled. Enhances workers' morale. Usually, workers think that some minor mistakes will happen while working. But the zero defect concept changes this mindset of the workers and encourages them to work without defects. That increases workers' morale. Improves customer relationship. Better quality means delighted customer and repeated customers. This end of the day translates to long-term customer relationships and more profits for the company. But the business must be careful that the strict environment created to ensure zero defects does not lead to reduced morale of its employees. So, we have now come to the conclusion of this session. Put your questions and queries on today's topic in the comment section of the video and we will be definitely answering them. Till we meet next, it's best wishes from TNM Academy. Thank you.